My name is Logan and welcome back to Planet Coaster. We've built a clown park, we've sacrificed grandmothers to appease the gods, and we've even trapped people in an endless cycle of capitalism. But today we're doing something a little bit different. Quarantining our park. So to get this started, we need to visit our trusted colleague, the Sandbox. How about 6 Foot World? But somehow I don't think the people there will be following this advice. I love how we're building this toxic park right next to a large metropolis. Who at City Hall decided to give me permits for this park, and why do they still have a job? And we should probably let the people visiting know that we mean business. Which is why I have this. A bleach moat drive-through. I mean, if this doesn't say stay away, then I don't know what does. Imagine being these people coming to our park and they just see a misting of bleach that they have to walk through, and also some very questionable white splatters on the ground. The moment you walk into the park, there are just vats of toxic slime. You won't even hear somebody next to you coughing when you get radiation sickness and have that ringing in your ears. But don't worry, it'll pass. A bit like you after visiting my park. And look, the people are starting to crowd into my park and get a nice bleach spritzing on the way in. But I wonder where they're all going. Maybe Toxic Terror. It's a beautiful little roller coaster that takes you through a Chernobyl level event. Or maybe they're visiting Toxic, an irradiated and condemned factory now filled with weird tentacles coming out of the sludge. But wait, we can't forget about our shops. Maybe Toxic Relief. Or even my favorite, Toxic Sludge. There's nothing better than drinking some of somebody's respiratory juice. But as I see all of these people, it has me wondering if they even have any money to spend at our park. I mean, maybe we should make it a little bit easier to withdraw all that stimulus check money. Ah, here we go. Maybe there's a bit of that capitalist park left over that I just can't give up. And if you need to take a load off, you can always sit around this beautiful fountain. I mean, you might get chemical burns all over your body, but hey, there's risks in everything in life. There's already 1,300 people in this park and they're all just completely stalemated together. And I love how this cannon just shoots nice toxic fog right over everybody as they're standing around. And you might be wondering where people go when they begin not to feel so good, Mr. Stark. They go down here to the park hospital. But oh no, you didn't think I would make it that easy, did you? I am GT Logan after all, and I cannot, no, will not just let things get out of control in my park. So you need to face this. The Judgment Caller. It fires down the line, and if you're lucky, you can make it past and get helped. And if you aren't lucky, well, you come down here, the Toxic Pit. This lovely woman's on her way down as we speak. Ah, it's like I can smell it through my screen now. And look, I'm not a total monster. You can get treated down here as well. It's just that you'll never actually get better because of the, well, you know, toxic barrels and pits. And back in the real park, we already have people shuffling down to this part of the park. I had to put in a few things to entice them down, and there is this toxic river ride here to see if they're truly worthy of curing. After all, if they want to get on the ride and skip the hospital, who am I to judge? They did make it past the Judgment Caller, and it's their choice. Though I would not suggest doing that. I'm going to start a marketing campaign to try and get more people into the park. We're definitely nowhere near being 6 feet away from each other, but hey, this is capitalism at work, people. Come one, come all to the amazing 6 Foot Park. We have whole vats of toxic slime and petulance for the entire family. Does little Timmy need a third arm? What about Mom and her third eye? Oh no, I meant Dad. Whatever the case, this is the park for you. So I had a bit of a change of heart with this radioactive pit, and I built this. A stairway to heaven. Okay, well, it goes back into the main park where our unlucky toxic pit dwellers can reintroduce themselves into the population and try their chance once again at making it down that long and treacherous pathway. But of course they're going to have to be sanitized before coming back inside. We have a level of cleanliness and decorum up here in the main part of the park after all. The first batch of people from the toxic pit are starting to make it through the bleach car wash. And I found these irradiated skeletons to be sort of the welcoming committee. They sort of had the ambiance where you would land there and you'd think, is this a guy who died here, or is this part of the decorations? And of course this woman is too stupid to just walk a few feet over onto the path to get out of here. Seeing some of these people struggle to grasp reality is starting to make me wonder if I should even keep these stairs here to begin with. But I guess we do have a near endless supply of people to go down there and test out the irradiated zone. When nobody stands 6 feet apart and everybody's just coughing behind you. Hashtag just lockdown things. Why does this just look like people trying to get into a Walmart in the middle of the day to go and and stockpile hand sanitizer and toilet paper. Like, nobody can get in and nobody can get out because I didn't make the paths big enough. But then again, I didn't think that we'd have 3,000 people here in this park. Apparently that city in the background eased their lockdown restrictions and now everybody's just here. And that's starting to make me think that we need to add an addition to our park. I think that's a nice message to get people going this way. And the radioactive hazmat symbols definitely don't hurt. And what's at the end of the toxic brick road? This lovely children's ride. You can strike fear into your child's heart as you're getting them sick with all of these nice skeletons. And look, an unexpected surprise, it even matches our color theme here. And to top off the giant nuclear reactors and all of these toxic rocks, dirty water. And look at all the parents coming to bring their children already. I wonder what has to be going through your mind as a parent to be bringing your child down here to this chair swing, and this is what it looks like. Like, this lady who works here doesn't even have a care in the world. She's so happy just to be here. She's what I call an essential worker. This is what you do to punish your kids when they interrupt your Zoom meetings with work. There's a part of you just hoping that they fly off that swing and into one of these bubbling pits of radioactive mess. And I think we need one of these bleach stations for when they get off. I just checked on the toxic pit and there's more people than ever just falling in down in here. And you're either lucky enough to land on the path and walk to freedom, or just be like this stupid little kid over here. But I'm starting to notice that we're actually getting a very small amount of people each time into the pit. That's just not enough people for me. There, that's so much better. I wonder what goes through a person's mind when they're hit by a roller coaster at a park that had no intention of ever finishing and opening for business. Like, one moment you're just walking with your family and the next thing you're being irradiated and quarantined in this park. But at least she made it onto the pathway. We can't say that for most of the people here. This children's ride is still a smash hit. People cannot wait to get their kids over here. I wonder how many of these victims, I mean patrons of our park, were people who got knocked down into the irradiated pit and are now over here. But hey, at least they get to have their 15th bleach moat of the day after they get done with the ride. And now all that has me starting to wonder what would happen if I actually just quarantined these people. Let's wait for this nice lovely family to get inside, and then they're all gone. I love how it didn't even bother them. They just kept going through the bleach pit even though the ground disappeared from behind them. Everybody is just so crammed together right now that they don't even have a way of knowing that the way out of here is gone. This is quarantine, people. It's like with those cruise ships, but we're on land and you're stuck in this park. Go take a dip in the ATM fountain if you need to freshen up. People just come to the park and stand there. They can't really tell if they're happy or sad that the park is shut down. I just used our run letters and duplicated them so that people know what they should be doing as soon as they show up to this park. People are thirsty, people are hungry, and people want to buy more stuff. We're rationing out here, people. If you can't just drink the disgusting toxic sludge smoothies, then you're gonna go thirsty. I just got told that a thief has been caught that solved 4 crimes. Look at their information. They're trapped. Help me. Get me out of here. And here they are down here. I think that's a good circle of life, that the thief is now the victim. And believe it or not one person has gone back down to freak out that they can't get out. Like, usually when I delete the path, the people just freak out and start waving their hands and crying that they can't leave. But there's so much congestion and these people just keep getting zapped with this smog cannon that they can't help but to just panic in the situation they're in. And that's just making me think that we have those ATMs, they have their stimulus checks, and maybe we need more money out of them. And they are thirsty, as we're just being told. So I built the people some drink shops, and some food shops, and this amazing shopping plaza over here. But if they want to get out or into it, they're gonna have to go around here and through the bleach pit again. Actually, it looks like the people will only go one way through our bleach pits, so we're just gonna have to add a little bit of help. Although I just realized that we put it right where this thing is. So if you're not fast enough, then you're getting knocked down there. I'm adding this information booth because people need it. If only they could sell masks and gloves. Or it could be like our 2-point hospital video where there's just like 150 hand sanitizer machines plastered all over the walls. And somehow we've lost like 300 people in our park. And since they can't get out the front door, I'm starting to wonder if they died. I mean, I guess some of these pits are like bubbling toxic waste. You could probably drop a body in there and nobody would ever find it. Although it doesn't seem to be all that deep. Oh my god, people are actually going into the hospital. I thought that was just a piece of scenery, but it looks like it's an actual thing that our guests can go into. Which is making me wonder why all these people are just walking around and waiting in lines with each other when they could be getting cured. Like, at what point in your existence are you waiting around to go on a dirty water raft ride in the middle of an epidemic when there's a hospital just right there? But I'm starting to think that the hospital needs a little bit of redecorating. Is this hospital safe? I don't know. Can I trust these bubbling vats of scientific fluid? I don't know. Is this a simple smoke machine, or am I gonna get lung disease from this? I don't know. And it's only made better by the fact that there's just all this vomit everywhere. Just all down the line, there's just puddles and puddles of stepped-in vomit. I guess the sickness is setting in. And as the world burns and becomes disease, and we've lost another 400 people in our park, I'm gonna end things there for this video. My name is Logan, and if you're new here, why don't you hit that like and subscribe button? I make multiple videos weekly in a comedy gaming style, and I'd love to have you along for the ride. And if you stayed this long, I'm gonna do something a little bit fun for the ending. There. Now these people can live and die in this irradiated pit, knowing that the stairs are just right there. So thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I'll see you at the next upload.